is it in this one small life that makes it all worthwhile? It's the small things, the big things, the humor, the profundity that I notice. Go root around, mess around, and figure it out. It's poking around.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to Poking Around the podcast, where we joke around about poems
and we poem around
Sorry, you go.
We poem around about jokes.
Perfect.
If that makes sense.
If that makes any sense to you guys. I just said I'm Hannah.
I know you're like
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Zoe.
No. Other way
What if we
around.
just like pretended and we just said that and then we acted like each other the whole episode and just confused people?
But I don't know how to act like you. It's basically how I act.
I know, but what if I was like
I would just have more trouble like maybe pronouncing words.
yeah. But if I was like, I have to go back home to my apartment and redacted because I actually don't want to dox where you live, but
yeah. I love my boyfriend Patrick.
Yeah,
It feels
exactly.
so wrong.
because you also used to have a boyfriend named Patrick.
I did. My best boyfriend.
No offense to the other boyfriends.
I mean, maybe a little bit of offense.
Well, to some of them.
A bit of offense to some. I love my boyfriend Patrick and my new dog Penny.
Penny!
Hannah got a new dog. Oh my God, it's her screen. She's cooked. She's a mother.
I'm a mother.
Oh my God.
It's a drawing of her. That's
drawing. That's how I would act like you. I would add an L into that
I
word.
know. And then there was a bunch of words I was saying wrong this weekend that Patrick kept being like, you know, it's this, right? And I was like, Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's? You say Alzheimer's? Like all-timers?
Patrick, like, it was like, you're saying like all-time greatest hits, like all-timers. And I was like, I can't. I really have a hard time. I can't really hear the difference.
You can't say McGolrick Park either.
No, I learned that this weekend.
Okay.
McGolrick.
I know, but we already have tried to train you on
I know,
that.
but it clicked this weekend.
Okay.
I was like,
Goal. Yeah.
Rick.
Rick.
Uncle Rick or something. Like my Uncle Rick. Like making a soccer goal, my Uncle Rick.
Okay. We need to
Blah,
get
blah,
into
blah,
it.
blah, blah, blah.
This is a 3-part podcast. We bring you a poem. We talk about it. We tell you a joke. We riff on it. We both write poems at the end based off of what we talk about.
Yeah.
And we encourage you to do the same.
Yeah.
Hannah's not sure about how she wants her sweater to be, basically. She's
not
very
even right,
distracted. You
This
can
is-
really see your boobs.
Hey, like everyone don't look.
You don't look.
Nobody watched the visual.
You know, when you
version.
like are wearing a shirt and you realize halfway through the day, like basically you can completely see my boobs in every way.
And every way.
In every way
But
except
it's
for
kinda
like the
whatever.
last % of the imagination.
People love boobs.
No, it's like whatever. Like let me give my gift to the world. It's like
Let me give you my gift.
if you've got it, flaunt it, you know? Okay. Let's go right into poem time. What do you think?
Let's go right into poem time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just do it. Okay.
Let's just do it.
So
poem
time.
This is the part of the podcast where we read a poem and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the
And
first
that could mean
segment.
basically anything.
But
But we talk about it with love always.
we talk about it with love always.
We only bring poems that we want to speak about with love.
Yes, of course. So I have a poem today by a fabulous writer named Matt Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 2 poems from him. I asked about one and then he was like, yes, you can use that one. And you might also like this one too.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I'm going to use the one that he recommended and then we'll do the other one a different
Poet's
time.
recommendation.
I'm saving the other one for, I think, when we have a guest.
Okay, great.
But this one is called Why the Long Face, the Bartender Asks by Matt Donovan. Perfect for our comedy
us.
joke
Yeah.
poetry podcast. Why the long face, the bartender asks. Bitch, do you have eyes? The horse wants to say, but doesn't, because she's a horse. And besides, the guy has already turned back to messing with the keg of IPA that can't seem to offer anything but froth when it should be pouring forth, as promised, an earthy creamsicle bouquet not too bitter, with a hint of pine. There was the smell of pine in the air last night when the horse moved her long body alone in the woods and lifted her face to the wind. Pine, dirt, soon to be snow, and then, as always, some kind of muddy darkness she couldn't name. But that has nothing to do with the many shapes of sadness that carried the horse here tonight again. Look around you. There's no chance of reducing things to any one-off why, and so the horse just stands there, not moving, the dark pools of her eyes giving back the crowded room. She seems to be waiting for something to happen. Someone must know what it is.
A horse walks into a bar.
I know.
And this poem becomes.
Okay,
this is so interesting.
I know.
I love to talk about it.
Obviously, we're riffing off of the time-old classic joke, why the long face, the bartender asks.
Yeah. And then, of course, horses have long faces.
Yeah.
So, of course, we are riffing.
This
poem in and of itself is a riff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it bleeds between comedy and poetry.
I love it starting, bitch, do you have eyes?
And that's italicized.
Bitch, do you have eyes?
Why the long face? I'm a horse, you dumb idiot.
Well, also, and just, like, look around.
Right. Also, it's just, like, that's a rude question to ask. You can tell I'm upset.
Yeah.
Why my long face? Maybe I don't want to talk to you about it.
Yeah. Or maybe I do. But if I did, then maybe I would want to be asked, like, maybe, like, are you okay?
Right. It kind of has the same energy of, like, come on, give us a smile.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was thinking just that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we just move through this
Let's
poem.
move through it.
Okay.
Line by freaking line.
All right. Bitch, do you have eyes? Italicized. The horse wants to say, but doesn't, because she's a horse.
This reminds me of so much crazy stuff.
Wait, what? Like what?
This reminds me, just real quick, this reminds me of the time. I'm just going to tell this story on here,
No,
okay,
you
you
have
guys? This is
to.
crazy. One time, my ex-employer gave me weed and tried to hypnotize me to take me on a spiritual journey into my upper realm to visit my spirit guides. And when I got in her hotel room, okay, alone in a hotel room bed, okay, when we got quote unquote into my upper realm, nothing was happening for me because I was way too in my head, of course, to go on a spiritual journey. When we got to my upper realm, she was like, what does it look like? And I was like, it's a field. And she was like, what's in the field? And I was like, I'm making shit up. I was like, I don't know, like a deer. And she was like, okay, the deer is your spirit guide. Like, what is the deer saying to you? And I was like, nothing, it's a deer. And then she proceeded to be like, oh, you are just too close-minded to hear and understand what the deer is trying to tell you. But luckily, I am a very open-minded person. So I am going to tell you what the deer is wanting to say to you, your spirit. And then she channeled the deer and said that my main problem was that I had boundaries with her.
She was like, you have to drop all of your boundaries with me.
She said, my deer said through her that if I just stopped pushing her away, that we could take over the world together.
You're like, so I made the deer up.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
the deer's not real.
That's what this reminded me of when the horse couldn't talk.
So that's
when I was like, my deer doesn't talk. She's like, you are a close-minded person.
She's like, deers talk. Only
deer talk, and
people.
I'm gonna like physically channel your spirit guide now. Anyway, I don't work for her anymore.
Goodbye to her. Oh yeah, y'all.
That was
y'all,
a final straw. That's not even the beginning.
No.
Okay,
and it's not even the end.
It's not even the end. Unfortunately, when I tell that story, people are like, "So then you left the hotel room, right?" And I'm like, "No, then we had dinner."
Dinner.
Dinner.
I'm hungry. Okay. But doesn't, because she's a horse.
She's a horse. Mm-hmm.
And besides, the guy has already turned back to messing with the keg of IPA.
Okay.
So it's also like, he He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He's not actually asking.
That can't seem to offer anything but froth when it should be pouring froth. Pouring forth.
I was going to say something's
I know,
going
I was
on
like,
with how you're...
that's so wrong.
That's so wrong. Okay, good. But froth when it should be pouring forth.
Just a little OR.
Just a little OR.
Sometimes I think I could have
switcheroonie.
a whisper of dyslexia.
I think that could be so.
I think it could be so.
That's a good defense for you when you can't pronounce or say stuff.
So literally.
You can be like, you're being ableist. You're actually making fun of my disability.
You're making fun of my disability.
But it's so funny how you say
I
stuff.
know.
We have to
So
sometimes
sweet.
be able to have some joy, you know.
Yes, all the time.
Of course, all the time.
Anything but froth when it should be pouring forth,
Yeah.
as promised. In italicization.
Good, great.
An earthy creamsicle bouquet, not too bitter, with a hint of pine. These beer descriptions
Oh my god, this
crack
reminds me,
me
like when
up.
you're reading, I don't know if I've ever read a beer one, but the wine.
It's
I
like,
think about this all the time. I'm
huh?
like, there's no way y'all are tasting this shit in here. It's like I take a sip of wine and it's like it tastes like red wine. They're like, so there should be like some like zesty orange peels followed by a hint of vanilla.
There should
and
be
a
an
drop.
earthy creamsicle bouquet.
And-
Creamsicle.
Bouquet. Sorry, earthy creamsicle bouquet.
What are we talking about?
Like we have left the realm of like this world. Like what in the beer? You're also. It's like it tastes like beer.
right.
So like
What? With a hint of pine.
It reminds me a little bit of like, you know what I always thought would be a fun job?
What?
Naming the nail polish colors.
Oh yeah, because
It's
they're
like,
always
just
like
kind of like you guys are just like making shit
they're
up
just
over
like
there.
let's call this one.
You're in the make shit up factory.
Let's call this one.
Vava voom vacious. Let's call this one earthy creamsicle bouquet.
Or those bitches who be naming the eyeshadow palettes.
Yeah.
They're like, let's call this one Fuck Me Daddy. Let's call this one I'm orgasming right now. That's what they're doing with the eyeshadow palettes. It's crazy.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever had an eyeshadow palette.
That's what they're doing with them.
Fuck me daddy. Wait, this also reminds me of my mom told me, you know, when you have like a pair of heels and your toes poke out the front?
Yeah.
They're like open-toed heels.
Yeah.
My mom told me that when she was in college, they called those shoes, and I quote, "kiss me, fuck me shoes."
What?
I was like, ew, mom, don't say that stuff to me.
I do not want the sentence kiss me, fuck me to come out of my mom's mouth.
And now I think about that every time I wear shoes like that. I'm like, I guess I'm going to put on my kiss me, fuck me shoes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Thanks, mom.
Thanks, mom. Okay, so
So we've got the beer
beer.
stuff. That's good.
then we just go. We go ahead. We jump right in there. We say, there was the smell of pine in the air last night when the horse moved her long body alone in the woods and lifted her face to the wind.
That sounds really nice.
The horse was like, you guys don't even know about outside.
You guys haven't even been alone in the woods in the
No.
night as the breeze comes.
No. You don't even know
No.
about that.
That part felt kind of like
Alone.
sexy to me. Did you get that at all? Did it say
Well,
something about rubbing? What does it say?
It says, I think you're getting that from the horse.
Moved alone.
The horse moved her long body. Zoe was like, va-voom. Okay.
Sorry, I have sex on my mind. She moved her long body. I mean, yeah, like, sue me.
Okay.
Okay.
Pine, dirt, soon to be snow, and then, as always, some kind of muddy darkness she couldn't name.
Mm.
She's having an emotional experience out in these woods. She's alone. She's taking in the environment. And there's a muddy darkness she could never name.
That is how feeling feels.
Yeah.
Pine, what is it? Pine dirt?
Pine, dirt, soon to be snow. And then...
You know how snow smells
Oh my
before
God.
it comes?
Yes.
Like all of these smell, like pine, dirt, soon to be snow.
It's really cold
Those
outside.
are like the 3 top goated smells.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, as always, some kind of muddy darkness she couldn't name.
Exactly.
As always.
Exactly. Yeah.
As always.
I really like that.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with the many shapes of sadness that carried the horse here tonight again.
And that's what I just want to say when Hannah says, it sounds like she says many, but she's saying many.
Many.
The many shapes of sadness, not the many shapes of
No,
sadness.
no, many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with the many shapes of sadness that
Right.
have carried her here tonight.
Again.
What a sentence.
I know.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
I love that.
Again. Look around you. Period.
Bitch, do you have eyes? That feels like a callback to that
Yes, I agree.
in a good way.
There's no chance of reducing things to any one-off why. And so the horse just stands there, not moving, the dark pools of her eyes giving back the crowded room.
I love that description of a horse's eye. A horse's
Yeah,
eye is
dark
a
pool.
dark pool that reflects back
Gives
the room.
back,
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, yes. Horses' eyes are
to be
so
like,
intense.
you're a stupid idiot. Why the long face? As if I could tell you one simple why of the
You're
many
like, you
shapes
don't
of my
even know
sadness.
about like the way that like the muddy scent of the past can never be named.
No, you don't even know about that.
You're not even engaging with life.
And it's
that
kind of
way.
like, look around.
Look around.
Why are you so obtuse to ask why?
Yeah.
Why am I sad? As if I could name one single why. Love that. She seems to be waiting for something to happen. Someone must know what it is.
Oh my gosh. I love this ending.
She seems to be waiting for something to happen, which is actually like, now that I think about it, when I look at horses just standing, when they're not running, when they're not moving, when they're not carrying, when they're not pulling, they seem to be just waiting for something to happen. You know what I mean?
The someone must know what it is. Like, I feel like that so firmly puts its finger on this feeling of like, that is so often how it feels to be alive when you're kind of like, is someone gonna like tell me like what I'm supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Like, or like what happens now? Like in this like really bizarre continual realization and reckoning with the fact that like nobody knows anything and like you are just making shit up and that is what your life is. It's so strange. And sometimes you do, like, I feel like when I'm in my most childish or childlike feeling, you know, because we spend our whole childhoods basically like, oh, my mom knows what to do.
Right.
And then you get to a point where you're like, actually, now I have to be the person who does that. And actually, also, my mom doesn't know anything.
Yeah. Oh, my mom was just
Making
making
shit
it
up too.
Yeah.
And there's such a feeling of comfort in this being like, oh, like I'm waiting for something and someone else must know what it is.
Yeah.
But of course, like that's never going to be true.
Yeah.
Like nobody even knows for their own selves like what they're waiting for, what is meant to happen next, or like how to name the muddy scent of whatever, or like how to answer a question as to like why you're sad.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And it's so, I just love, and this image too of like it's funny and it's also strange and sad, like of like a horse like standing in a bar.
I know.
Like the horse coming into the bar again. Like
just
it's not
picture the
even the
horse like
horse's
this.
first
It's like-
time. Just waiting for something.
Yeah.
And like, I guess like at least in some way engaging with the beer,
Lapping it up.
but it's too frothy.
Too frothy.
The creamsicle bouquet. The earthy creamsicle
I love
bouquet.
like diving into the emotional landscape of a horse or of an animal or any creature, and like really giving it the same sort of respect, honor, and attention as like you would diving into a human's emotional experience.
Yeah. Also, like, horses are the most, like, I think, poetic mammal.
Yeah. They
Horses
come up a
in
lot.
Wales.
Well, I feel yes.
But, like, a horse is always in a poem. Like,
horses are referenced
poets,
constantly.
like, see a horse, it's, like, over.
It's
like,
majestic.
It's majestic. Wait, say that thing about how all your friends used to make fun of you.
Oh, yeah. I've been told before that if I had grown up with money, I definitely would have been a horse girl. That I have that vibe. And
I have that vibe.
I was at a farm, like at a friend's farm, her uncle's farm, and we were looking at the horses, and I was like, wow, they're so muscular. And basically from that point forward, that friend has been like, Hannah wants to fuck horses.
So hunky.
Hannah loves to fuck horses.
Yeah.
Anyways. But I'm allergic to horses as well.
I am too, which I just found out about last summer.
Doesn't come up much.
No. But like I basically engaged with one of the horses in Central Park. Like I petted its nose. And then I guess I touched both of my eyes. Which then proceeded to basically swell shut.
Then I guess I touched both my eyes.
And I was my grandma was in town and we were seeing The Lion King on Broadway. And so at The Lion King on Broadway, I'm like
Look, I can't see, my eyes are
my
shut.
eyes were like only able to see like little slits out of them, and like they were all swollen and wet and kind of like purple.
Ugh, I know. I think you might have developed that.
I used to be able to be with
engage.
horses. I mean, even a year before that, like I went horseback riding.
I think you can develop, and maybe it has to do with the breed.
Well, it's
or-
like I'm allergic to some cats and not other
Yeah,
cats.
totally.
So annoying though, because I'm kind of like, so like maybe pick one.
Penny is hypoallergenic.
Oh my God, Penny. Penny is a $5,000 golden doodle
Yes.
that Hannah inherited for free.
Free.
And that's called being a lucky girl.
Yeah.
I have been thinking a lot about how I'm a lucky girl.
I know, me too.
I'm like, I have amazing luck.
I know.
Basically,
I got
like,
Penny,
blessed.
and then I got tickets to the Phoebe Bridgers Madison Square Square Garden concert, and I was like, okay, it's like two of the luckiest things that have ever happened. Back to
Wow.
back lucky
I
girl
can't believe
syndrome.
I wasn't there for either
Zoe,
one.
she did Waiting Room. I forgot to tell you that. I know that's like your favorite song by hers, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. She did it. She did Motion
I
Sickness, and then
seriously,
she
like,
immediately
love-
went into Waiting Room. It was so cool.
That bitch, out of all the girls, like, I know every single one of her songs,
Yeah.
every single word to it. Like, when I saw her in Prospect Park, I guess it would have been 2022 in the summer.
God, that was a long time ago.
That was the
Tickets
last
were
time she
cheap then.
performed. I know. I got like a $30 ticket in the park, and I was with a couple of friends who I got like I wasn't planning on going originally because like usually strangely enough, seeing live music is not usually like on my radar, even for artists that I like
Yeah.
love. Like I love Phoebe Bridgers, but I just am not like it all happens too fast for me.
I
Like the way you
understand,
have
yeah.
to like buy the tickets, I'm just kind of like the process overwhelms me.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like I'm listening to these girls on my headphones.
Yeah.
But they had an extra ticket, so I got invited, and then I was there with them, and I like knew every single word, was singing along, and my friend was kind of like, she was like, I didn't expect you to like know the music better than me. They like invited me last minute with their
Right.
extra ticket. I was like, no, like I know
You're
this
like, I'm a
girl.
super fan.
Like I'm a super fan. Like I'm an early fan from her first EP. Like I love her.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that, but like it's okay. I was doing something else lucky.
Yeah, you were. And basically, the new music is amazing, and everyone's gonna love it. And let's keep doing the poem stuff.
Yeah.
Should we read the poem again?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's good, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
okay.
think we got it.
I think we got it.
And the horse, like you said, like giving the horse all of the feelings and space, and like the idea of the horse being like in the forest and like feeling all these things and like
Yeah.
lifting its face to the breeze, like
It gives a lot of respect.
We're so self-centered to believe that other creatures have such little range of experience when we have such a huge range. It's like, so let's go ahead and just assume that everyone's having a big range of feelings.
The horse.
And ideas.
She's sad.
She's sad.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read it again. Why the long face? Asked the Wait. This poem is by Matt Donovan. Why the long face? The bartender asks. Bitch, do you have eyes? The horse wants to say, but doesn't, because she's a horse. And besides, the guy has already turned back to messing with the keg of IPA that can't seem to offer anything but froth when it should be pouring forth, as promised, an earthy creamsicle bouquet, not too bitter, with a hint of pine. There was the smell of pine in the air last night when the horse moved her long body alone in the woods and lifted her face to the wind. Pine, dirt, soon to be snow, and then, as always, some kind of muddy darkness she couldn't name. But that has nothing to do with the many shapes of sadness that carried the horse here tonight again. Look around you. There's no chance of reducing things to any one-off why, and so the horse just stands there, not moving, the dark pools of her eyes giving back the crowded room. She seems to be waiting for something to happen. Someone must know what it is.
I love that.
Yay.
Yum.
Thanks, Matt.
That was amazing. Okay. Joke time.
Joke time.
Okay. So my joke is about a bouquet of flowers.
Bouquet?
Yes.
Bouquet of the day.
A bouquet of the day.
Bouquet is the word of the day.
So I recently bought a bouquet of peonies for my crush. Okay. I've never bought
So funny.
peonies.
word.
Yes. It's kind of like, you know, when you hear someone say the word pianist.
Yes, I know. You're
It's
like,
kind of like,
penis.
it's a bit too close.
It's a bit too close.
Like, can we make a different word? I'm always like, pianist. Pianist. So I went to the grocery store and I got a bouquet of peonies. And I was flying these peonies out of state. Okay.
Peonies.
I'm like taking them on a plane. I had to
Right.
Google, can you take flowers on a plane? I don't know if I've ever bought someone flowers. Like, that wasn't like a friend.
Yeah,
like, I don't know
yeah.
if I've ever bought someone
Romantically.
romantically flowers before, because basically I have mostly dated men. And if a man has never himself bought you flowers,
You cannot
like
be
if
buying
you're
him.
if your man is buying you flowers, I would say go ahead and buy them back
Right.
for him. But if he's not buying you flowers, which none of them ever did,
Wah, wah. Need the soundboard again.
then you can't be coming out the gate with
Right.
flowers. It's just too much. So I bought my crush flowers, and from the grocery store, like, they wrapped them up in this like big thing of what looked like newspaper, but you
Right.
could tell it's not real newspaper. It's
Right.
kind of like fake newspaper, you know?
Totally know what you mean.
And I was like, great, cute. Now they look super like presentable. And I'm like on the plane with these flowers like in my arms. And
oh my God, getting through the airport with not only your items, but also
Also
a bouquet
my
of flowers that
peonies.
you have to be careful with.
yes. So I'm like sitting on the plane, but it was actually really sweet because I like tucked them into the little like front pocket
Yeah.
and I had a window seat. So I was like, there's all these pictures of my phone of like the peonies at like every stage of like flight.
I'm sure you took so
I took, of course, so many pictures of my peonies on the plane. And as I was doing this, I'm also like I started to like look at the newspaper and I was kind of like, this says some crazy
Oh my
shit.
God, what does it say?
Okay, so this newspaper is like basically the most like intense romantic newspaper of all time. Okay, here's an example of one of the things that's written really big. I love you not because of who you are, but because of who I am with you.
Oh my God.
Okay. With the wonder of your love, the sun above always shines is another one. Here's another one. I humbled myself. I miss you in my heart. Here's another one.
I humbled myself. I miss you in my heart.
Life is a pure flame, and we live by an invisible sun within us. And then the last one that I can see on here says, I'd never leave you until I die.
You're like, whoa, we're still in the early stages.
I was like, okay, this is what they gave me at the grocery store. Like, I didn't tell them anything special. I was
you could
just
have gotten
buying
it for anybody.
I was buying a standard bouquet. I wasn't even buying like red roses on Valentine's Day. You know, I was just kind of like, this is the newspaper. And then
you could have been giving those to anybody.
The craziest part is then like underneath, like, so those are all the things that look like, oh, here's one. Love me little and love me long.
Okay.
But then underneath them, so those are all kind of good
love me little.
Love me little and love me long.
What is
like
even,
what in the chat?
A lot of those I was like,
no, there
what?
it's like it's almost something, but it's also it's like the thing that you can tell is that it's a bit much.
but you can't tell much else.
But then underneath those headlines, then there's like article looking copy, and it's all like this. The most famous dessert made with shortcake is strawberry shortcake. Sliced strawberries are mixed with sugar and allowed to sit an hour or so until the strawberries have surrendered a great deal of their juices. Parentheses, macerated.
Are you kidding?
No. I'm reading directly from, like, under another one.
It's
says,
recipes?
Outstanding vintages from the best vineyards may sell for thousands of dollars per bottle, though the broader term fine wine covers those typically retailing in... something. Okay, then it gets really confusing. This one underneath it says
bizarre.
The increasing popularity of sushi around the world has resulted in various variations typically found in the Western world. Like, it's just like a bunch of like fun facts about food.
How many people do you think have read this, first of all?
I mean,
probably almost zero.
Wait, here's another. Here's actually a good one here. Here's a few good. Love warms more than 1,000 fires. Great. Okay. I want to be his favorite hello and his hardest goodbye.
Ew. His hardest.
Ew. Underneath which it talks about the history of the old fashioned. It's like, so I got this paper. I'm reading it on the plane. Like, my crush is like picking me up from the airport. Like, I have the flowers. I've like made the gesture, but I'm like looking at the paper they're wrapped in. And I was like, so like basically we like haven't really quite gotten there yet. Like, do you guys have any paper for like, you really like someone?
Fun. You're excited
like,
to see where it goes.
You're like excited, but like it's like nothing official yet. But like you would get on an airplane with flowers for them. But like you don't really want to be like, I want to be your favorite hello and your hardest goodbye. I was basically just like, this is like new. So like, do you have any crush paper? Like, what the fuck?
And do you have
this
anything
paper?
that just doesn't basically talk about strawberry shortcake? Or...
Do you just like have some brown ass paper?
That's so funny. It must have been, well, because I'm like, my first thought is like AI, but then I'm kind of like, no, I know what paper you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think like some graphic designer was just like, pull this, like easy clips. It just needs to look like words,
Clips,
love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was it's so intense, all the headlines.
So intense.
Like, it was shocking to me.
No, it's crazy.
And then basically the second I gave her the flowers, I was just kind of like, if you read the newspaper, it says a bunch of really crazy stuff and it's really funny, basically. And I guess maybe I'll read it to you to get ahead of the fact that like I'm giving you these flowers and they are like basically
I'm sure, like,
an intense proclamation of my love. Like,
the truth must be that she would have never read that.
I know.
You take them out, you put them in the face, you throw the paper away, you never read it.
But like if you do, I mean, it's written in quite big letters.
Wait, can I see a pic?
With the wonder of your love, the sun above always shines. Like, that's it after I took it off.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
it's really, really intense.
Wait, this is not what I was imagining.
It says love about 100,000 times.
This is so weird.
And just from, like, my standard, like, there's... in New York, all the grocery stores, like, sell flowers, basically. Which is such a charming
And you
thing
could have
about
been
New York.
buying those flowers for your grandmother.
I could have been buying them for you.
For me, Hannah, your podcast.
For me, Hannah. Yeah, or just like for myself.
Yeah.
And I've gotten flowers from there before, and they have not used that paper.
Or imagine you're getting flowers for your ex as like a it was hard to say goodbye or meeting up one last time. I got you flowers, and you give them that, and it has that paper all over it.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa.
They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're like,
Like
wait, I
last
didn't even
year on
notice the
Valentine's
paper.
Day, my ex sent me a bouquet of flowers that said, for all the times I should have but didn't. And I was like, no, legit. But if it had that paper on it, then I would be like, we need to have a serious talk, basically. Because, like, stop. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my joke.
Anyways, it's fabulous.
Fabulous.
What a fabulous discovery. And you would have never ended up reading that paper if it wasn't like you had these flowers with you for such a long time.
Yeah.
The boredom of the plane.
Or maybe I would. Like, I'm the kind of person who, like, does that.
But if you had bought them and then you were like on your way to give them to somebody and then it's like you needed a moment to like sit down
I was
and
with
like
the flowers
look at
for
them.
basically like a full day, like me and the flowers.
Yeah, like if you just gave them away right away, you wouldn't have had a moment to like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, buy flowers for your sweetie pies.
$5 for your sweetheart.
But not if you're dating a man and he has never gotten you flowers.
No, then definitely not.
Then maybe like I guess the intel that I've gotten is that you should not date him.
You should say if maybe you don't want flowers.
Yeah.
But everyone's different, but
like,
of course
I feel
you
like
do.
most people want
Of
flowers.
course you do.
Like, I've always been like, I don't want flowers. Like, I don't really care, But then when someone gets you flowers,
It's the most amazing
so
feeling in the whole
sweet.
world.
Like, of course you want flowers.
Of course you want flowers.
Come on.
Oh, it's so sweet when you get flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should do poem time.
Let's do poem time. Okay.
Okay, so hi everybody. This is the part
Okay, I just like start back over.
I think we should start over.
Let's try again. I don't think we got this one down.
Okay. This is the part of the podcast where we write poems on the spot based on the topics that we discussed, and we invite you to do it along with us. So we'll kind of go over what we talked about. We'll take a few minutes to write our poems, and then we'll share them with you at the end. If you write a poem of your own, you can send it to pokingaroundpod@gmail.com. We have a new subscription membership service, and the people who are subscribed to our membership get guaranteed responses from us about their poems, what we loved, like me, we'll talk about it the way that we talk about poems on here. Also part of the subscription is there'll be a bonus episode that's collaborative and virtual. So we'll do the podcast and you will join in with us on like a Zoom call, and we'll all write poems together, and then we'll record that, and only subscribers will have access to the recording of the bonus episode. And then there's a Discord channel, which hopefully we figured out by this point, but who knows?
Yeah.
And then you can buy merch from us as well.
Yeah.
So those are all our announcements.
And I just want to say, if you are a poet and you like have poems of yours that you love, like you are so welcome to send them to us as like candidates to be talked about on the podcast.
We love it when people do that.
Yeah.
And it honestly takes some work off of our plate.
It does, because we're always like finding poems and reaching out to people being like, can we do this?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, if you have work that you want to be heard and you think it would be like a good fit for the way that we talk about poems on the podcast, send it to us. And we would love to read your work on the podcast.
Great.
Okay, great. What did we talk about?
What did we talk about?
Horses.
Yes.
Lots of horse content, which is
fabulous.
really, really good for poems.
And we read a fabulous poem that sort of perfectly overlapped our comedy poetry
Yes, yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Being in a bar, the way that wine and beer is named, smelling stuff.
A fun prompt could be, and I'm not promising I'll do this, but if anyone's interested, taking a classic joke and writing a poem about it.
Ooh, that is a
like
good
Matt
prompt.
Donovan did.
Yeah.
We also talked about the smell of snow in the air.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
And
we talked about flowers.
we talked about flowers on a plane, and we
Yeah.
talked about funny newspaper. That's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
And having a crush and bringing them flowers.
Yeah.
And that's so sweet on the plane.
Okay, great.
Okay.
We'll be right
We'll be
back. Bye. Okay. I wish I had a little bit more time with this, but it's a start.
It's a start. It's a start.
That's how it goes.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. In front of my childhood home, peonies. 7 always. Heavy-headed, they could never keep their chins up on their own. Their spines bent, they kissed all the pavement. In the summers, my mother drove stakes into earth and tied their little bodies up to keep them straight. Anyways, I thought of her at the bodega where I bought you the flowers. I tattooed a peony on my left arm so always it would be so close to my heart. I've never taken something alive on a plane before, and a peony had never been so high. It loved the sky from that angle. Like everything, they were brief. The cats played with their pink. 7 dead by the time that I left.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the ending. Like anything, they were brief.
Yeah. Oh, everything is fleeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved the beginning. The description of the peonies from front to back was so sweet. Like
Yeah.
their little heads too heavy.
They're too heavy.
But then they got to go up in the sky.
Got to go
like
in the
you really
sky.
personified the shit out of those peonies. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, the little peonies.
They're so pretty. They go crazy. And then they
Yeah.
just fall apart. Like, especially these ones that I like.
They
brought-
do fall
brought
apart.
to my crush. I mean, the cats did not. The cats were like batting away at them, but it's like
You could not bring
they're,
lily
like,
flowers around cats.
Yeah, I know. Okay. That's why I didn't buy lily flowers.
Of course.
But like when I brought them, they were like so closed up, and then when we put them in the vase, they like open,
drink.
and then they almost they open to a point where like all their petals just kind of start shedding. So they were just coming up, like from the second that they're properly opened, they're just completely coming apart.
I mean, there's a real sexual poem in that.
yes,
That's
yes,
called-
yeah,
Yeah.
But and then it's like they're I mean, the ones that are planted in front of my childhood home, like they're completely, the infrastructure of them does not work at all.
Yeah.
Like they can't sort it out. They can't keep
I know,
themselves
what
up.
went on with them?
It's kind of reminds me of like a pug.
Yeah, where it's
where it's
can't
kind of like, did
breathe.
we like breed these in a way that like, I'm like, this would never exist in the wild.
No.
Like it, and also the funny thing, or like just the strange thing, like I have this association with the peony of like, because they're always like wilting in front of my childhood home, like the ants would go up both their long bent stems, but when the blooms were like touching the ground, like the ants would get all in there, so like they would be full of ants.
Wow.
Which there's a poem in that too, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
I have some private stuff to say.
Okay, say it after.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 There's just a lot of really rich stuff there.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to read this thing again. In front of my childhood home, peonies. 7 always. Heavy-headed, they could never keep their chins up on their own. Their spines bent, they kissed all the pavement. In the summers, my mother drove stakes into earth and tied their little bodies up to keep them straight. Anyways, I thought of her at the bodega where I bought you the flowers. I tattooed a peony on my left arm so always it would be so close to my heart. I've never taken something alive on a plane before, and the peonies had never been so high. They loved the sky from that angle. Like everything, they were brief. The cats played with their pink. 7 dead by the time that I left. Snaps.
Doing snaps. Fabulous.
Okay.
Okay, so I legit wrote from your point of view. Like I was like, I'm Zoe, but I didn't even mean to because I was
That's what we were saying at the beginning. We were going to pretend to be each other.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. I was like riffing off I was trying to do like the prompt of like riffing off a joke. And then the second I started to write the joke, I was like, oh well, this writes itself. And then I was like, I am Zoe.
Great.
And I also wrote about the peonies.
Okay. Amazing.
This poem's called What's Black and White and Red All Over.
Oh my God. Okay.
What's black and white and red all over? Nice try, but this newspaper wrapped around the peonies I'm bringing to the new woman in my life is not meant to be read. Is some type of AI slop, and I never asked for it. Bodegas just give what they have, and you take it because it's New York, and we all offer love how we can. But Jesus Christ, I wouldn't have said all this. I hope she goes first for the stems, crumbles the paper in her hands, throws it in the bin. But then again, her laugh, her grin. But then again, but then again.
I'm like, then again, with the wonder of your love, the sun always shines, and I'd never leave you until I die, basically. So, like, maybe the paper has something correct to say. I love it.
I was like, I am being Zoe.
Wait, this is when you would be like, you know, when people like are inspired by like other poems and they'll say like after, like it'll be like the title. And then underneath in italics, it will say like after like Kim Adonizio.
Yeah.
This, you would say like after Zoe.
Yeah, after Zoe.
After Zoe.
That's so cute. Wait, that would be so cute if if either one of us like, you know, like published a poem and it would say like after, and then normally you would do the first and last name, but like coming from like if it was coming from me, it would just need to say after Zoe.
Yes,
everyone
exactly.
knows what Zoe
everyone
I'm
would know
referring to, and that's so sweet, so intimate.
Sweet, so intimate.
Yeah.
It's like when someone says, it's like what we've talked a lot about before, like when a poem just goes right in for like name dropping, like first name only.
Yeah.
Like at the bar, C calls me lonely, like
Yes.
actually, or what was the one that was like Laura, I want you pulling your hair back.
Yeah.
Ugh. See, that just like it's like
just drops you, and you're just like friend, like immediate like closeness.
It's Laura.
Yeah, it's Laura.
It's Zoe.
It's Laura. It's Zoe.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
If I like had access to like, I couldn't remember like anything on the paper, but I feel like this poem could be like extra funny and expanded, like talking about like mentioning a couple of the like grandiose statements.
Yes,
and, like, because they are so crazy, and just leaning more into being like the newspaper. Like, I'm not sure how clear it is if this poem stands alone. Like, the newspaper said some really intense stuff about love.
Yeah.
Like, it only kind of makes sense in the context of the podcast. But if you
could
added
really
all that
punch it
shit
up
in,
really
you could really punch it
easily.
up. Yeah.
And the idea, of course, I'm guessing being like the black and white is the newspaper, the red is the peony.
Well, the joke, sure, perfect. But the joke, you know, is like, what's black and white and red all over? READ newspapers.
Oh,
that's the punchline.
I didn't know that. Wait, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You're like, duh. Like, these go together just right.
I know. I started like a couple of jokes. I was like, knock, knock. No.
No.
But then when I went with that one, I was like, oh, newspapers.
Oh, newspaper. Done. We just talked about that. That's the whole joke. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Red all over.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
You
I was
know,
like,
that
so basically
stumped
the
me.
peonies are like pink.
Right. You're like, they're not red. So basically the poem doesn't work.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to read it again.
Yeah.
What's black and white and red all over? Nice try, but this newspaper wrapped round the peonies I'm bringing to the new woman in my life is not meant to be read. It's some type of AI slop, and I never asked for it. Bodegas just give what they have, and you take it because it's New York, and we all offer love how we can. But Jesus Christ, I wouldn't have said all this. I hope she goes first for the stems, crumbles the paper in her hands, throws it in the bin. But then again, her laugh, her grin. But then again, but then again.
So cute. You wrote a love poem about my love life.
I know.
That's so cute. That's like true friendship intimacy.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Poking Around. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.